Bubalina is a subtribe of wild cattle that includes the various species of true buffalo. Species include the African buffalo, the Anoas, and the wild water buffalo. Currently, buffaloes can be found naturally in sub-Saharan Africa, South Asia and Southeast Asia, and domestic and feral populations have been introduced to Europe, the Americas, and Australia. In addition to the living species, Bubalinans have an extensive fossil record where remains have been found in much of Afro-Eurasia. Despite being sometimes referred to as buffaloes, bison are not members of the Bubalina, but are instead classified in the subtribe Bovina, Pseudorigina Bubalina bovina. The majority of phylogenetic work based on ribosomal DNA, chromosomal analysis, autosomal introns and mitochondrial DNA has recovered three distinctive subtribes of bovini: Pseudorigina, Bubalina, and bovina. One cytogenetic analysis concerning the phylogenetic position on the saola suggests the species could be related to buffalo. This relationship has not, however, been supported by most phylogenetic work concerning bovini. There are currently two recognized extant genera of bubalinans, the African Syncerus and the Asiatic Bubalis, whilst the majority of molecular and morphological work strongly supports the recognition of these two genera as being sister taxa. Since 2011, new uncertainty over the number of species that should be recognized has been introduced. In the traditional classification given by Peter Grubb in the 2005 third edition of the widely used taxonomic reference work Mammal Species of the World, the following 6 species are recognized, with the African buffalo split into 5 subspecies based on differences in the horns and skin coloration. In 2011, Groves and Grubb recognized 4 of the subspecies of the African buffalo as independent species. These, they argued, should be considered as separate species based on the phylogenetic species concept, which states that any population can be recognized as a species if a member is diagnosable as belonging to that population. The African buffalo is noted to exhibit extreme morphological variability, and in the past a number of discrete species or subspecies have been named for specific geographic populations. The bovine biologist Costello adopted the Groves and Grubb taxonomic interpretation, but others have expressed their concern that this taxonomic proposal needs more additional evidence before being adopted. Below is the listing of new species recognized by Groves and Grubb with vernacular names, following Costello from Bowards of the World. Note other vernacular names have been used by others, and in practice all taxa are simply known as Cape buffalo. The fossil record of buffaloes is extensive, with fossils found throughout Africa and Eurasia. According to the fossil record and the molecular work, Bubalina and bovina diverged from one and another from a common ancestor around 13.7 million years ago in the late Miocene. The Syncerus lineage and the Bubalis lineage diverged from each other in the late Miocene, perhaps give or take between 8.2 and 9.1 million years ago. This divergence corresponds to the time when the ancestor of Syncerus had arrived into Africa from Asia. Below is the list of a number of the described fossil species.